So this Spigen case would be one of 3 cases that I currently own from Spigen. First, the iPhone 11 for my previous work phone, and then my personal phone, the iPhone 13 mini, and now for my new work phone, the iPhone 13. Because this Mag Armor MagFit case is pretty much identical to the iPhone 13 mini version, I was contemplating whether I should even make a dedicated review video for this, but after using this for several months, I realized there are actually some nuanced differences between this full-size version versus the mini case version that actually alleviates some of the problems I found with the mini case. But first, the unboxing, so you can take a look at on the packaging. It clearly has a sticker that says iPhone 13, so you don't get mistaken of which phone this is compatible with. Though if you look on Apple's website, the dimensions between the 13 and the 14 are pretty much identical. The 13 is just a little bit thinner than the 14, so I can imagine this case should be able to fit the 14 as well. And then here's a look at the back of the box. It even gives you the dimensions of the case. So this particular model only comes in the matte black color, and it's a little bit textured, so I'll show you that in just a minute. So pulling this tab at the top here, we can go ahead and remove its contents. Case here is wrapped in a little bit of plastic, and you get a little bit of advertising for some of their other products. Stamped on the inside, you can see that the company is based out of California, but this was manufactured in South Korea, for those of you who care. What I do really like about their design is their attention to detail. They have different textures even though it's made out of the same type of plastic, and because of the pattern on the back and also on the sides, it is grippy, so it's not slippery like the actual phone itself, and the back also resists any kind of fingerprints. On the inside, you can already see the little outline for where the MagSafe ring is. And although a pretty slim case on its own, you can see there are a little bit pockets of air in the corner to help with shock absorption if you were to drop your phone. Slipping it onto my phone, it's so simple and it fits like a glove. You can see that all the buttons are nicely raised and they're still just as clicky and functional as ever. And I have no problems accessing the ports because of the cutout, so including the mute switch as well as the charging port, and the speakers are also nicely open, and of course that camera cutout. Although the case itself is very lightweight and it doesn't appear to be very thick or bulky, it definitely does add a little bit of thickness to your phone. The ring around the camera cutout definitely does protrude on the back, so your phone is still not going to sit flat on a flat surface. But what I do like about this particular case is its attention to detail. So still sticking with that camera cutout, if you look at the inside, there's actually a little bit of a glossy layer of plastic. This is to prevent any lens flare when you're doing flash photography. Then on the front of the case, it does have a small lip to raise your phone so your screen isn't directly touching the surface you place it on. And if you look at the very top where the phone speaker is, you can see there's actually even a little bit of an indent to accommodate that particular section of your phone too. It's those attention to detail that I really appreciate, the craftsmanship that went into designing Spigen cases. The lip also doesn't intrude on the screen itself because I was able to install a glass screen protector soon afterwards with no issues. Now around this time during my iPhone 13 mini case review, I was complaining about the dust accumulation in the camera cutout, but it is actually not a problem here on the full iPhone 13 case. As you can see, there's actually a noticeable difference between the gap in the camera cutout to the bump for the iPhone 13 versus the 13 mini. You can see there's a huge difference in terms of how much dust or lint has managed to accumulate between the two cases. The smaller gap in the iPhone 13 case also means there's less lint to get in between your phone and the case to possibly create micro scratches on the back of your phone. But if you're one who likes to clean your phone every now and then, it's nice to know that it's pretty easy to remove the case as well. And because it's a one-piece plastic design, it's super easy to just run it under some water to clean it. Well, honestly, I find myself very rarely having to remove the phone for cleaning purposes just because of the matte black texture of the case really hides any kind of fingerprints or grime. So today, 3 months of daily use later, it still looks brand new. Now let's talk about that extra MagSafe feature built into the case. I was also considering another case that didn't have MagSafe due to its design, but after trying it out, I realized how much I really appreciated the functionality of MagSafe. From charging or to very quickly mount my phone onto a car phone mount, I found MagSafe to be indispensable. And unfortunately, the magnets in the phone itself is not strong enough to hold itself up if you do have a non-MagSafe case on it. Yes, I have tried. If you look closely, you can see the circle where the MagSafe magnets are, but it's definitely not as prevalent as on my iPhone 13 mini, where it actually even leaves a white ring after using MagSafe. So they definitely made quite a few minor changes, but very welcome upgrades to the iPhone 13 case that really alleviated all the problems or small gripes that I had with the iPhone 13 mini case. I want to hope that they actually watched my iPhone 13 mini case review and made the improvements, so maybe even now their iPhone 13 mini case has all of these improvements as well. But in any case, if you are interested in picking this up, I'll have the links in the description.